Hey everyone, if you're someone who brings physical products into the world, you know that picking your manufacturing partner is, well, it's one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. So in this explainer, we're going to break down how to choose the right CNC manufacturer for 2026. And trust me, this is a decision that can literally make or break your entire project. Let's just jump right in. The old way of doing things, sending out a bunch of quotes and just picking the cheapest one, that's basically a recipe for disaster these days. The manufacturing world has shifted so dramatically that the old playbook, well, it just doesn't work anymore. And this is really the heart of the matter, isn't it? Are you even asking the right questions to find a partner who is truly ready for what's coming next? Because, let's be honest, your project's success completely depends on it. Okay, so first things first, we need to get a handle on this new landscape. CNC machining isn't just about cutting away bits of metal anymore. No way. It is completely transformed into this incredibly sophisticated, interconnected tech ecosystem. I mean, look at this. The new ecosystem is a wild mix of the digital and the physical. We're talking about AI that can predict problems before they happen, digital simulations that let you test everything virtually, and materials that are just stronger, lighter, and more amazing than ever. It's some seriously cool stuff. So that all sounds great, but how do you actually measure it? Let's get into the first big pillar of evaluation, the technical and digital skills that are, frankly, absolutely non-negotiable for any top-tier manufacturer today. Think of this slide as your new baseline, your entry-level requirements. 5-axis machining, that's the bare minimum. You should be looking for shops that are using AI to make their processes smarter in real time. And hey, don't be shy, ask them what specific machines they're using. If they're not running top-tier brands like DMG Mori or Mazak, that's a bit of a red flag. And of course, you gotta make sure they know how to work with the tough stuff like titanium and Inconel. And this number really drives home the kind of precision we're talking about. Plus or minus 0.0025 millimeters. That is ridiculously small, way, way thinner than a human hair. This isn't just a number, you see. For a high-stakes project in aerospace or medical, it's a promise of reliability. We threw this term out a minute ago, and it's a huge deal. A digital twin. What is it? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. A complete virtual copy of the entire manufacturing process. It's like having a full dress rehearsal in a video game before you touch any real expensive material. So why is this so critical? Why should you care? Because it takes a massive amount of risk off the table. A digital twin lets you spot problems before they happen. It fine-tunes everything for speed, and it ultimately gets your product out the door so much faster. I mean, it can prevent a catastrophic machine crash that could set you back weeks or even months. It's a game changer. Okay, let's move on to our second pillar, verifying quality. This is the bedrock of any good partnership. It's how you find out if a manufacturer can actually back up their big promises with real solid systems and certifications. Look, having an ISO 9001 cert is a decent start, but it's not nearly enough anymore. You need to be looking for certifications that are specific to your industry. Making parts for an airplane, you absolutely need to partner with AS9100D. In the car business, IITF 16949 is a must. Medical devices, ISO 13485. These aren't just fancy pieces of paper. They're proof that your partner speaks your language and understands what's at stake. And the certs are important, but you also got to look at the actual tools they use. A really top-tier manufacturer will have a completely digital quality process, from tracking the raw materials all the way to the final inspection. They'll be using the latest gear, like automated CMMs and vision systems, to make sure every single part is perfect. This isn't about just checking boxes at the end. It's about building quality in from the very beginning. All right, so we've hit tech and quality. Now for our third and, maybe the most important pillar, the true value of the partnership. This is where we shift our focus from just the initial price tag to the total cost and, the human side of the relationship. Man, this slide is so important. That lowball quote can be really tempting, right? But it often hides all kinds of risks and hidden fees that can totally sink your project. The smart play is to look at the total cost of ownership. That gives you a completely transparent breakdown and really accounts for the long-term reliability of your parts. So here's a huge tell. Find a partner who offers a deep design for manufacturing review, or DFM. They don't just take your blueprint and start cutting. No, they analyze it, they flag potential problems, and they actively suggest ways to make it better and cheaper to produce. Now that is the sign of a true engineering partner. And what are some other signs? Look for things like cloud-based platforms that let you track your project in real time, a solid history of delivering on time, and a real commitment to sustainability, which, by the way, is a compliance issue now, not just a nice to have. And of course, how fast and how well do they communicate? That tells you a lot. All right, let's pull all this together. We've gone through the key areas, so now it's time to boil it all down into a final checklist that's going to help you make the absolute smartest decision you can. A quick look at the common mistakes can save you a world of hurt. Don't overspecify tolerances you don't need. That just drives up cost. Make sure you pick the right material for the job. Always design with manufacturing in mind from day one. And, like we've been saying, please look beyond that initial price quote. And really, when you get right down to it, it all comes down to this simple but powerful idea from our source material. A good relationship isn't just about finishing one project. It's about building a foundation so you can succeed for a long, long time. So as we wrap up here, I just want to leave you with this one critical question to think about for your next project. Are you looking for someone who just makes parts, a vendor? Or are you looking for a true engineering partner who's going to elevate your work and help you win in the long run? The choice, my friends, is yours.